Hey guys, what is happening? Welcome back to Common Lad, where I'm the Common Lad and you're joining me on my journey to make $1 million. Alright guys, so we're back with another video covering one of my favorite subjects, which is how to grow on Instagram. Now for those of you who don't know, I have an Instagram page that has 20,000 followers, which is pretty sweet. So I wanted to jump into exactly how I grew to 20,000 followers in just 6 months. It's really interesting and I want to share a couple of these really awesome tips. Real quick though, this Instagram is for an online video game store that I run through eBay, and it's one of my main sales channels, which I grew using the theme page method. This is basically when you repost other people's content, giving them credit, and then you get all the likes and views that come along with having that quality content. Even though this was a theme page that I grew, this will be applicable for whether you're doing a personal brand, a business account, or a theme page, so I highly recommend listening to all these tips. Alright, so first off, this isn't even a tip, but I feel like it's so important and some people just seem to miss it for some reason, which is that you have to be niche. The more specific you are on your page, the better your page will do. And I say this from experience and from other pages that I've witnessed. As they go and they niche down into a specific category and they stick with it, they get way more engagement and way more followers. That's because the car people don't want to follow a car page that's going to go ahead and post cat stuff. So literally, just right off the bat, make sure that your page is focused on one primary niche or thing. That is at least until you're bigger, until you're some form of vlogger. I mean, obviously the big celebrities and people can post whatever the heck they want because it doesn't really matter, people will watch it anyway. But when you're starting out and nobody's interested in you, it's so important that you stick to something very specific. Okay, now that's out of the way, let's get into tip number 1, which is to start off with using quality content. Now I know that you've heard this 1,000 times, but it really is so critical that you're using this kind of content on your page. And if you're creating your own content, it means going in and looking at what's doing really well in your niche. Once you find these videos or photos, you can either choose to recreate them or just even see what's performing well. Check out all the hashtags in your niche, see what is performing at the top of each one of those, and see if you can either replicate those kind of videos and pictures or create some sort of version of it yourself. Now, if you're a theme page, however, you're going to want to look at these pictures and try to find the top performing ones that you can then go ahead and repost on your theme page. Quality content, though, is definitely where it all starts. If you don't have quality content, there's no way that you're going to be growing on Instagram. Even if you get one piece of really good content and people come to your page, they're not going to follow you if you only have one good piece of content. You have to have good content across the board. Alright, now that's out of the way, tip 1 and 2 actually are probably the most important ones, and if you don't have these, your Instagram page will not grow. The second one is consistency. I mean, it drives me nuts how people will have great pages, they'll build them up, even the high followings, but they're not consistent and they start to lose their audience because of that. I actually run 3 theme pages at the moment and I post 7 times a day to each one of them. That's 21 posts in total, plus stories on top. That's just what's manageable for me. Obviously, if you're making your own content, that's gonna be a lot more difficult. But whether it's 7 times a day or once a week, if you can stick to a consistent schedule, this is key to growth. Alright, so you've got the consistency and the quality content. Those are the 2 most important things you have to focus on your Instagram page. Now you can focus on actually going out there yourself and trying to grow it. The number 1 way to do this is to do it through engagement, which is the 3rd tip. Engagement is actually something that's so simple that you can go and implement on your page right now, but most people aren't doing it. And by engagement, I mean searching the top hashtags in your niche, looking at whatever's on the Explore page, and going into those posts and actually leaving a like and commenting something valuable. Gary Vee has a great strategy in this area called the $1.80 strategy. I'll leave a link to it down below, so definitely check it out for more detail. But basically you want to be going and leaving valuable comments on everybody's posts. That is, everybody's posts in your niche. And you actually want to go ahead and find the people that are actually smaller, because people that are smaller are going to appreciate each comment and actually read through them. So if you're in the gaming niche, for example, you want to actually go onto people's posts and give a comment that's valuable as to what's being said on the post. So if they're posting a picture of them playing Fortnite, then you might want to just say, oh, nice shot. Or if it's a video, I guess you would actually say nice shot. But you see what I mean? So leaving comments is key to growing. Leaving likes just so people can see that you're active on their page, even following the occasional one. And you're just going to look through the top people in the hashtags, or even just the most recent people or people near you by using the Instagram search fields that search nearby. One other way to do this is through Instagram stories, which is just replying to people's stories and answering polls. If people see there's new people on their stories, they're going to be interested to click on that page and actually possibly follow them. This is actually how I grew to my first 1 to 2,000 followers, which is where the ball starts to really roll and you start to get your posts on the Explore page. But in order to get to that point, you have to grow to the first 1 to 2,000, all the way up to about 5,000 followers for that to actually start to occur. And there's no better way to do it than to spend 2-3 hours a day minimum going and just leaving comments on other people's posts. Alright, next up are hashtags. Everybody's always trying to find the best hashtag lists. And let me just say from experience that hashtag lists really don't matter. Like, obviously you want to pick hashtags related to the niche, related to the posts that you're putting up within the niche. If I'm doing a post on Grand Theft Auto 5, I'm not going to go and use a hashtag list that consists of only Call of Duty hashtags. But definitely don't get caught up on your hashtags. I could just do a general video game hashtag list for that post and it could still perform awesome. I could do a really specific Grand Theft Auto post for that post, or hashtag list for that post, and it won't necessarily perform well. So hashtag lists aren't that important, just remember that, but you do want to find stuff that's related to your niche that you can use hashtags on. Now, the one thing that I have found hashtags to be very effective on recently are on the stories. And stories have a little feature where you can go up where the stickers are and all those things and actually add a hashtag. Since stories can be found in the Explore page, now these hashtags are extremely valuable and actually can really benefit your growth. All right, and last one here, this is something that's really interesting to the last couple Instagram updates, is videos versus photos. Nowadays, videos on Instagram are performing much better than photos, and that's because Instagram is trying to push them because they know that they can get a longer audience engagement through videos. What this means for us creators is that we have to start using videos to then get pushed through Instagram's algorithm. Videos are also super easy to do if you're trying to grow a personal brand, as they're really easy to make. You just hop on camera, say something quickly. They're also a lot easier to get impressions on because more people are clicking on them, and also views. So yeah, videos over photos are definitely an important thing. I post a ton of videos now. I really didn't when I started, but now I'm making it like a minimum of 1 video a day for my theme pages. And guys, that's pretty much everything that I wanted to cover. I wanted to make it nice and quick here. Again, if you don't have a niche down page though, if you're not posting consistently, and if you don't have quality content, those are really the 3 starting points for your Instagram page. It's only once you have those 3 things going, then you can start to focus on engagement. Then you can start to focus on what kind of content to make, whether it be photos or videos. Then you can start to focus on your hashtag lists. But yeah, I hope you guys found this video useful. If you did, I'd really appreciate a comment down below. Let me know what your favorite tip was. Also, I've got plenty of Instagram growth videos coming out on the channel. I'm gonna have one specifically talking about consistency and quality content. I think those are 2 super important topics which can definitely be expanded on in a further video. Anyway, lots more hustle content coming to the channel, as well as some eBay sales stuff. Shopify page is still in the works. And again, just more growth content in general. If that sounds like something that interests you, please consider subscribing. And with that, I'll leave it there. Again, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys all in the next video.